We have breaking news out of the Championship this season where Aston Villa have sacked yet another manager, with the club currently sitting 19th in the table. In other news tonight... Hello? Oh, hi Mr. Villa Chairman. Yeah, no, I did see you sacked another one. Yeah. No, application didn't get lost, mate, didn't apply. No, look mate, you had your chance and you lost it. Well, I'll tell you what, why didn't you call Steve Bruce? No, mate, it's not a good idea at all. This is why your club is terrible. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to Season 8, Episode 5 at Brentford, the final season. And today we have two big games. We are playing Bayern Munich with top of the Champions League group on the line. And then we will be playing Liverpool in a huge Premier League game. But of course, the breaking news is that Aston Villa have sacked yet another manager. And this time we won't be applying. So, yeah, they're going through managers like I don't know what. And, well, yeah, they're struggling down in, if you have a look at the Championship table, they're struggling down there in 19th. Walsall are also struggling, so that's not great to see. But, yeah, Aston Villa, they're just an absolute shambles of a club, aren't they? But that's not our problem because we are at Brentford and we will not be going there. Now, there are two games to catch you up on since last episode. The first one was in the Premier League against Nottingham Forest, of course managed by the great Dean Smith. We had to wait till stoppage time for Fete to get the only goal. So we left it very, very, very late, but we did, in the end, win a game that we did deserve to win. You can see, I mean, we didn't have possession, but for some reason we never seemed to. But yeah, Vazquez got the assist. Yeah, he got the assist, didn't he? Yeah, because it was Fete that got the goal in the 93rd minute. And like I say, it was a game we deserved to win, but we sure left it late. The other game to catch you up on, there is only two, is a local derby against Fulham. We fell behind early in the first half. We equalised in the second half when Diallo's cross was tapped in by Vassi and completed the turnaround when Vassi beat the offside flag to redirect Bogle's shot. So a game of two halves this one. We went with wingers in the first half and it really didn't work. I don't know what to do with Erkinger and Ndedi because they just, you can see, they both played a 6-4. It just wasn't working for us. We switched it up in the second half. Vassi with a double. I tell you what, he nicked that first one. And I tell you what, offside on that second one. I was a little bit concerned. But we turned it around the second half. The Vassi double means a 2-1 win. And at the end of the day, that is all that really matters, isn't it? Quick update of the league table. There is a West Ham game in between the Liverpool game and this one, the first one, but I'll play through that and show you the highlights. We can see in the league situation is improving. Now, we have had a little bit of a softer run of fixtures, and that is coming back into our favour now. We're only 5 points off top, just outside of the Champions League places. We're 6 points ahead of Liverpool, who are outside of the top 7 right now. But, I mean, Liverpool are a very good side, aren't they? So it's going to be a tough one. But, of course, we start here in the Champions League group. We've already qualified. A win, or actually anything but a loss, will mean that we have topped the group. So we'll be looking to do that, obviously. We are at home. We are the favourites. And we are in excellent form. Though I think the form is maybe not quite showing off on performances. They're still coached by the Russian guy here, Samak, a very good manager that he is as well. Balanced, standard style of play is what we're expecting. We're expecting this sort of formation from them. I think that's what they played against us last episode, wasn't it? Was it last episode we played them? I think it was, or was that Roma? No, it was them. I can't even remember. Anyway, I'm getting beside the point here. We can see the way they're expected to play here. A little bit of a gap between their centre-backs and a big gap between sort of the rest of the team and the two centre-backs. So hopefully we'll be able to exploit that on them. And this is a team that we're sending out at the Brentford Community Stadium in the Champions League. It is Zilan continuing in goal for it. It's Pavlovic and Amado. Now, unfortunately, Pavlovic just doesn't like to play next to our second best defender at the club. Or in this case, he's the second best defender at the club. But so that's becoming a small problem, but hopefully they'll sort it out. We've got Scott going down the right, Vazquez down the left, Matteo, Lucianinho, and Mabry. Lavery's going to go in behind Arpendan up top. And, well, let's hope we can get the win here. So they have lined up as expected, which is good. Now, one thing I did forget to show you, and I'll just quickly do it now so I don't forget later on. How can I get back out of the game here? Can I do that? That gets me out of the game, doesn't it? All right, so one thing, if we just quickly go and have a look at the medical centre here, is McAtee. We have lost him with a serious viral infection for 5 to 6 months. So that's almost season ending. It's a nasty injury / sickness. So yeah, McAtee, who was really, quickly becoming our first choice right back, he is essentially missing for the rest of the season. So that is horribly, horribly disappointing. But anyway, we can't worry about that. So we've got do it for the fans here. What do we say? Keep the good times flowing. is probably a good thing to say. Some calm, we have faith, and well, hopefully, let's put on a show. And of course, the other problem with McAtee being injured is that we know that Boggle's a little bit of a sick note, which would leave us, with just Scott as sort of the right back, I guess. And if we've got a corner here, and of course, the problem with Scott, as we've seen many, many times, there's a header from Fetayap, and we go 1-0 up in the 5th minute. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. A cracking ball in by Lucianinho, and Fetayap is there to hopefully, he might be cooking with gas now. He's got 7 goals for the season and just starting to refine his range in front of goal, which is brilliant. We've seen many times from Scott is that he's a bit of a defensive liability at the back post in the air. So that is a minor problem we might need to look to remedy. I think we have some loans available, so maybe in January we might need to have a look at seeing if we can get somebody in as a bit of cover at right back, just in case we were to need it. We'll keep demanding more here. We have not seen anything from them. Roma's gone in front against Dynamo Kiev, but it doesn't matter what Roma do as long as we're winning our game here. This is, I'll tell you what, we've gone a goal up and completely turned off, haven't we? Roma's 2-0 up. Can we do the same thing here? Lucianinho has the ball. Back to Vazquez. Vazquez, it's a heavy tackle there for Dan. Dan finds a bit of space for Fetayap, and Fetayap, he is back. A second goal of the game. Dan with the assist. It's 2-0 just before half-time. Is there a better time to score than that? Maybe just after half-time. And, you love to see it, don't you? Lucianinho gets a throw-in. Back to Vazquez. Vazquez gets it tackled away into Dan. Dan, look at that, rolls it back into space. And, well, it's a little bit too easy in the end there, isn't it? 2 centre-backs marking up, and neither of them are anywhere near him. It wasn't offside. No, he's a mile on. Why even bother, ref? Why even bother looking at that? And, well, there we go, half-time, absolute domination. And now we've seen from us in the past that we've been throwing this away. So let's assertively say we're very pleased and keep it going. Nobody's playing badly, which is a good sign. So let's get back out there. And, well, it's a bit too late if this kickoff highlight ends in a goal for Bayern Munich, isn't it? I think I'll just give up if not telling them to don't get complacent doesn't work, and I try and praise them with a good first half performance, and they go and do that to me. Everybody stop laughing, first of all. We'll tell them to concentrate. This is why I don't praise them at half-time. This is the exact reason why I don't praise them at half-time, because this is what happens to me. It's Xerxes that's got the goal. I'm not quite sure what Zillan's doing there, but anyway. It's 2-1. They have shown absolutely nothing. And just after the break, they've gone and done that to us. And suddenly, it's very much game back on here. Come on, boys, come on. Let's not do this, please. Let's not do this, please. We're going to win this ball back, aren't we, Brentford? Come on, Kimmich gets down the line. Can we get a block in? We can. We have won it back. All right, Lucianinho has it. He gets it forward. Does he find a teammate? He does. It's a wonderful ball for Dan. Dan, can he cut back on his right foot? He goes past one. He crosses it in. It's back post for Hannibal Mabry, and he's missed it. A bit of an awkward hide if we want to make excuses for him, but we should have done a little bit better with that chance, I think. Zillan with the goal kick to Amundo. He comes forward. Gets it out there for Scott. This is what he can do. He can get forward. Don't ask him to defend, but he can get forward. Mabry, can he find Scott again? He's gone into a little bit of space. Madio has it. Crossfield pass, that's a good one for Vazquez. Can he get across into the box? Can he pick that up for the hat-trick? He goes back post, it's down for up, turn shoot, he goes back for Scott. Frete up, unselfish stuff, and Jack Scott gets his second of the season. And hopefully now, we'll tell him to concentrate again. It was just a little bit of, they were still shocked that I told them they were doing well at half-time, and that's why they conceded a goal. Good ball in, Scott down to up back to Scott, and it's a good finish from Scott, between 2 defenders there as well. And, well, nicely worked. And like I say, credit to Fetayap for not being selfish on the hat-trick and turning to have a shot. Zillan only playing a 6-3, so he was very much given the blame for that first goal, then it would appear. And given that he did his best Superman impression, probably with good cause. Scott's looking a little bit knackered out there on the right, but I need to keep Bogle fit for West Ham. The plan is that this is pretty much going to be the team that goes out against Liverpool, all things being even. Here we go with a highlight with 5 minutes to play. Now, what we don't want to do is get back to 3-2 right at the end here. And that's exactly what's going to happen, isn't it? Is that Scott that just got caught in possession? It was Scott. Zillan is there to make the save on this occasion. And, well, we'll call that a warning shot, and hopefully that'll wake us up. We've got a minute to play. They're surely not going to score twice, though we have given the ball away to him again. Scott is tied, so maybe that's the excuse we can make for him. Can we go and win this ball back? Lumped it forward. Can we win that? We're out there. It's Bifetayat marking his man nicely, which I like to see. Solomon's gone past one. Gets the shot away. It's wide and not going to threaten our goal. And that should be that for the game. That will be us top of the Champions League group. So job done there. We'll be able to rest players now crucially for the Dynamo Kiev game, which is essentially meaningless. I tell you what, what's happened to our passing this last 5 minutes? But we're over time. When you're ready, ref. We sign out from the group stage at the Brentford Community Stadium with 3 points, 3 goals, and, well, it's all kind of come down between Bayern Munich and Roma in the final group game, isn't it? But there we go. Zillan didn't cover himself in glory, but everybody else there will say good win. So quality of possession provides victory. I know what you're going to say. It's we need a better goalkeeper. I know we do. Believe me, I'm trying to find one. But anyway, guys, wait right there. I'll play through the West Ham game. Then we'll be back for a huge Premier League match against Liverpool. Okay, welcome back. Now we have our FA Cup third round tie, and it's a tricky one, that's for sure. We've got Chelsea at home. So, yeah, that's not the easiest defence to our FA Cup we could have got. Now, before we get to this game against Liverpool, there is one game to catch you up on. That was, of course, versus West Ham in the league. So let's go see how we did. We fell behind midway through the second half. Manuel Ferrai sent Bogle free, who set up Vassi for the equaliser. And Vassi then crossed the substitute, Matt Keach, to get the winner. So we got there in the end. It wasn't a fantastic performance from us. I tried starting Erkinger again, just sort of playing one striker and Erkinger coming off the left. That didn't work. We switched, we brought Matt Keach on, went just to the normal 2 up top, and honestly it changed the game almost instantly. And in the end, we probably could have won by more. But Vassi and Keach with the goals, and a big 3 points given the sort of what happened, in that game where we fell behind late or midway through the second half anyway. So that puts us coming into this one midway, well not midway, but just inside the top 4. We are 5 points off of Arsenal. Now Arsenal are playing Chelsea this round, I think. Liverpool are sitting just outside the European spots right now. So we're going to have a look here. Yes, it is Arsenal and Chelsea. So one of them have to drop points, hopefully both. So it's an important game for us to win this one. We are at home and we are the favourites. Which is always a little bit concerning against a team like Liverpool, isn't it? But they are a Filippo Inzaghi coach side, so I expect a lot of offside flags. A very, very good manager he is, though, as well. A balanced, direct style of play. Striker, it's like standing on the last man. We're actually expecting more of a 4-1-4-1 formation from them. So we'll wait and see. You can see they got that Everton, Leandro got 4 goals in their last game there against Leicester, a win. You can see their heat map there. It's sort of standardish sort of stuff, isn't it? Passing network, key passes as well. And this is the team we're sending out, and it is very, very familiar to the team that we saw against Bayern Munich, except Cyrus Webb comes back in to play goalkeeper for this one. Zillan made a mistake, so it's Cyrus Webb's shirt now until he makes a mistake. It's Pavlovic and Amundo continuing at the back. Bogle's going to come in and play down the right with Vazquez down the left. It is Matteo, Luciano, and Mabry in midfield. Lavery in behind, down and up. Let's get out there. So yeah, you can see they have come out in the 4-1-4-1, so that's what we're expecting. So that doesn't really affect things too much. Bowen says expected to prove a point today. What do we say to this? Go out there, relax. Ignore the recent praise, just play your game. Let's maybe if we try that assertively, and then a little bit of passion that we have faith, and hopefully we'll get a good result from us here. I should say. The problem that we have now is what do we do with Erkinger? Because it's blatantly obvious that it's not working for him right now. I don't know if we need to sort of persist with him in that sort of inside forward or inverted winger role, but play with maybe more width or less width depending on the opposition. I'm tempted to try him as a wing-back, sort of an attacking wing-back. So that might be something that would be useful because he is very, very good getting forward. The problem with that, of course, is that if he's playing on the left-hand side, he's right-footed, and do we want a wing-back that cuts in? We've seen that what makes Vazquez so good and Michelotti to a lesser extent and Panzo when he plays is that they get down and they can whip across him with their left foot. Obviously, if Erkinger is out there, he won't be able to necessarily do that. So, we could try him down the right, I suppose, if we have injuries. Maybe that's something we could consider doing, as this highlight's becoming a bit of a long one here, and I don't like where this is headed. There's a ball in, it's a fantastic block. Who was that? Pavlovic. cleared away. Dan has possession, and that'll do it for the highlight. Let's give it a get creative here, please, boys, and see what we can do. As usual, we're having no possession whatsoever, no shots, which isn't usual, but it is what it is, I suppose. Let's give it another get creative here. We've got some nervous players, which isn't ideal. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool's one of these teams this year where they're a good team playing badly. And that's always a tricky fixture to come up against because you feel like you should be winning it because everybody else is taking points off of them. But equally, I mean, we can see here we're not creating anything there. So that begs the question, is this a game for wingers? Let's try just being calm. What do we say? Unlucky. Dig in, some calm, we have faith, and hopefully be a better second half here for us. Yeah, I'm wondering if we irking a wide cutting in might be something we could do. Mabry's not having a good game. This just isn't working, is it? So we need to change something here. Let me have a think about it, and then I'll edit out my thinking time because it can be extensive. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with, we're just going to try attacking down the flanks. We'll give that a little bit of time, see if we get anything going with that. And if not, then we'll have to start changing things up a little bit. So I think the time for that is now. So let's get Farai on for Mabry, who's not had a good day. We can drop Lavery back in. And I think my next change is to bring Erkinger on for somebody and go from there. And we're quickly approaching that point here, aren't we? We've got a corner to defend. We do not want to fall behind from a corner, please, boys. Oh, it's a good block. And we get away with a goal kick there. We know what else we could maybe do is let's attack with a little bit more width, perhaps. And another thing I just saw there, let's raise this mofo tempo up a little bit. I mean, we've been the better team. We've been creating more chances, but we're not making the most of them, are we? So let's go down out there on that right-hand side, up through the middle. And what do? We want to bring Erkinger on for somebody. We will bring him on for Lavery. No fault of Lavery's. But, yeah, I just feel like Lucianinho can create stuff for us. He's a good player, so we'll switch those around. And hopefully, just having that change in our attacking trio up there will throw Liverpool something that they aren't expecting. Let's give it another get creative. And here we go. Can we win this ball back, please? Come on, boys. Come on. Can we win that? No, we can't. Flick on. We should get to the loose ball, though. Dan is back there. Excellent stuff, Dan. He lumps it forward. That's not the best, but we pick up the loose ball with Lucianinho. Here we go. Arsenal's beating Chelsea. Farai goes past one. Can Farai pick a pass? He can. It's Bogle. Is it getting forward? Can Bogle pull it back? Bogle goes himself. Oh, Fete up, unmarked in front of goal, and Bogle's had to go himself. Farai with a corner. Can we make this count? Come on, boys. Farai, it's a decent one, but there's a Liverpool head there. Pavlovic will go and retrieve. Let's see if anything becomes of that. It does not. Can we give it one last demand more, push forward, something? It doesn't look like we can, and we finish scoreless. And what a chance we had at the end to go and win it. Oh, I mean, maybe it's not the worst result, but yeah. It's another one of these home games against the good clubs or the big clubs, and we haven't managed to get the points, and that's really, really disappointing. Now, Arsenal did beat Chelsea 2-1, so that 7 points now to the top, 15 games played, still a long way to go, but yeah, ideally we would have won that. But guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next time. Spurs away is a huge game in the Premier League, isn't it, already this season? So I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Liverpool quarter-final. We'll have another crack at them at home. And then it will be Tottenham away in the Premier League in what is shaping into already a must-win game, isn't it, so early in the season. Until then, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.